We now know a bill aimed at putting guardrails on data center growth here in South Carolina is sparking a lot of debate over at the State House. And supporters say it protects ratepayers and also water resources. But opponents warn it could drive billions of dollars in investments to other states. News 19's Josie Frost is reporting tonight.
Data centers are large windowless buildings. A single center can consume the same amount of power as an entire city, according to John Brooker with Conservation Voters of South Carolina. He says without protections, those costs will be passed on to consumers.
We want to make sure that everyday customers, hardworking families, and businesses are not paying power costs for large new data centers.
But a new bill would put guardrails on them. Right now, centers primarily have to meet the local ordinance requirements. But this bill would create a new statewide office for regulating data centers and require the centers to get a permit from the state. It would also require them to pay their own costs for any infrastructure needed to sustain them. Brooker says utilities have projected that 60 to 70% of the state's new power demand could come from data centers.
We want to make sure that ratepayers, everyday electric customers are protected, and that as we see the cost of groceries and all these different commodities rising, we're not also being hit even harder in our electric bills, as we know they are already rising right now.
And it's not just energy. The bill would set standards to make sure these centers use water efficiently as well. But opponents argue South Carolina already has local zoning and environmental regulations in place, and adding another state-level permit would create delays. Chris Gatch is with DC Blocks, a company that owns and operates data centers in the Southeast.
The cumulative risk is clear. Longer timelines, higher cost, greater uncertainty, and fewer projects. And at a time when other states are investing to attract AI infrastructure, South Carolina would be increasing friction.
Gatch says those delays could drive data centers to other states, sending away those investments.
States that host AI-capable data centers will attract innovation and next-generation industry. States that opt out will become dependent on others for critical digital infrastructure.
Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Josie, thank you so much. And by the way, the bill is currently still in committee. Lawmakers are planning to hold more public testimony before moving forward, so of course we'll keep you updated.